Yo, what up? What up? What up? I had to set the mood. I had to put on some mood music, man. Distant Rose, what up? Brother Zeke, what up? Shells, what up, man? Carrington Morris, what up, man? Cam, what up? Oh, you took my advice, huh? Hey. Now, y'all asked me before the Super Bowl who was going to win, and I told y'all. So all y'all that won money, hit this motherfucking Cash App, goddammit. Y'all asked me, and I told y'all who was going to win. And I told y'all I was going to be a dominant win, too. Remember? I told y'all that last week. Told y'all that last Friday. Chris Brown, what up, man? What up, man? I try not to give out too much gambling advice because I know gambling advice leads to gambling addiction. And that ain't the headspace I want you brothers to be in. Ahmad, what up, man? Detroit 313, what up, man? KC, what up? Yeah, I saw the FBA piece on ABC, and they went and deleted that shit already. Hey, motherfuckers downloaded that shit quick because they went and deleted that shit already. Somebody got fired behind that. Please know that somebody got fired behind that FBA segment on ABC. Please know that. Somebody got fired behind that shit. Saul, what up, cuz? Somebody got fired behind that shit. I'm telling you. Lion, what up, man? Nah, the league wanted to, but they couldn't. Trust me, the league wanted to help the Patriots. They wanted to. They wanted to help the Patriots because of all of that late money on Seattle. But you can affect the games slightly through the refs and through the coaches, but that's too big of a stage to just outright throw that shit. That's too big of a stage. Trust me, they wanted the league. Trust me, and especially them gambling houses. Oh, they wanted New England to win, but you can only go so far on a world stage like that, man. You can only go so far. All right, man. So what we here to talk about today? In all of these anti-ICE protests, right? And understand this. Understand what the anti-ICE protests about. Don't believe any of that bullshit that they telling y'all. don't believe, do not believe that, oh, they're breaking up families. They weren't worried about breaking up no motherfucking family in the war on drugs. They weren't worried about that. Yeah, they weren't worried about that shit then. They weren't worried about that shit. They wasn't worried about all of these white ass liberals, right? Besides the Innocence Project, watch this. Besides the Innocence Project, right? Where do you see these white liberals at? Where do you see these white liberals at whenever it's an obvious Brady violation being committed against a brother real time? Thank you, Saul. 1994 crime bill. When you see them proposing these 3 strikes laws and shit, why aren't they standing outside of the Capitol building or the state or the state assembly hall in whatever state they in where the legislature is? Why they not out there for that? Right? And I'm not trying to say that there aren't people on the left that adopt all of those things as causes, because there are. But the turnout is not what you see with this immigration shit. No, nowhere near it. I've been in penitentiaries and looked out the window and seen like somebody that's like trying to have a sentence commuted. And I've seen protesters out there, but it was only a handful of them. Right? So miss me with the they breaking up family shit. Miss me with that, please. Please miss me with that. Right? Or the racial profiling argument. That's bunk. They deport all type of people. If y'all don't remember, when they first started the immigration surge right after the inauguration last year, when they first sent Tom Homan to Chicago, the first 2 people they locked up was a white guy and a Cambodian. They not just randomly pulling up on Hispanics and throwing their ass on the ground. They've never done that. They've never done that. Even before we had ICE, when we had INS, the Immigration and Naturalization Service, they weren't doing that back then. They had these pieces of paper like a little warning poster on a clipboard. They knew exactly who they was after. They've never racially profiled anybody. And yes, just like now, back then, white people and other types of people got deported too. It wasn't just Hispanics and it wasn't just Mexicans. It wasn't. Right? So, in all of these new leftist causes, because the left has basically lost the black voter. The left has lost the black voter. You don't have, number one, we're not even going to talk about tangibles. You don't have anything that a regular black person believes in. A regular black person doesn't want their high school sophomore daughter to have to run in a track meet against a big ass boy that think he a girl. The average black person doesn't want to have to go to a restaurant and be paranoid because we have unisex bathrooms now that again, you have to guard your female relatives and loved ones when you go to some of these places, because you never know when Joanna Man gonna show up. You never know. You don't have anything that we want. And you know what? That's in jeopardy right now. That's in jeopardy. That's actually in jeopardy. King Des writes, always have Keisha as long as they're against black men, and that's in jeopardy. That's in jeopardy. That's in jeopardy because their way in the past of trying to induce black women to vote for them was through emotionalism, talking about the withdrawal. Well. I'm doing a live, nigga. Why don't you tune in?
Hey, I got some more long questions.
Oh, okay, we got to ask me after. I'm right in the live right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, this Grinch calling me, y'all. This nigga totally interrupting our shit, man. This Grinch. All right, man. Even that's in jeopardy. And the reason that that's in jeopardy is because, shit, black women want tangibles too. Black women want tangibles too. See, niggas don't move out of this era of you being able to scare us with public aid, and most of us make too much money to get public aid. Most of us make too much money to be on Section 8. Most of us live in the suburbs now. Nobody care about that shit no more. Black women is asking for tangibles like extended affirmative action and student loan debt forgiveness. And if you ain't got that, they don't give a fuck. They starting not to give a fuck either. They not. Now the ones that's totally flat broke, the bums, that's another story. They'll probably still be able to reliably get their vote. But the middle and upper class black, I don't know. They probably go to be like, man, fuck all this politics. They ain't got nothing for me. They want tangibles too. Sending some Democratic candidate into a church talking about she got hot sauce in her purse ain't gonna cut it no more. It ain't gonna do it no more. Niggas want tangibles. Men and women. Or they come at me with prison reform. Most of us haven't been locked up. What the fuck is that gonna do? Most of us ain't been locked up. And you ain't finna reform shit. Fuck out of here. Half the prisoners in the country can't even vote. Half of the parolees in the country and the ex-cons in the country can't even vote. So who is going to vote for your prison reform, and how is it going to affect them? Now, as a pretrial detainee in most of these cities in the north, you can still vote. You can vote after you get off parole. But what is that going to do? Niggas want tangibles. Niggas want tangibles like school vouchers, so they can send their kid to a charter school or a magnet school with their school voucher. Niggas want easing of credit restrictions. Oh yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, science guy. Shit. Bruh. Science guy writes, one of the most disingenuous arguments I've heard is that black people haven't been asking for tangibles. The Democratic shields are blaming black people for the Democrats' lack of action. Niggas been asking for tangibles for 70 years now. And you know what those tangibles are that we've been asking for? Besides, we go leave reparations out of it. Niggas have been asking for police reform. Niggas have been asking for an overhaul to the credit system, which overwhelmingly discriminates against so-called black people. We've been asking for regulation on private equity, you know, so a lot of black people can have jobs again. We've been asking for an ease to tuition fees at state universities and colleges because we are not dumb. We understand that before we wanted to go to college unmasked, that before niggas wanted to go to school, school was free. We know that. All of a sudden now, all of the tuition is crazy. And guess what? Have y'all noticed? That the more black people go to school, the higher the tuition gets for everybody? Have y'all noticed that? Y'all noticed that? Yeah, we've been asking for tangibles. We've been asking for tangibles. We've been asking for expansions of workplace discrimination legislation. We've been asking for modified EEOC rules. It's crazy how hard, even though racial discrimination is way more pervasive than damn near any other form of discrimination, that it's so easy to get a sexual harassment case than it is. Racial discrimination is the hardest thing to prove in the workplace, even though it's like right out in your motherfucking face. We've been talking about all of this shit, and the numbers back up our complaints. Black people are the last ones hired and the first ones fired. We've been asking for tangibles. And the whole workplace thing is probably the biggest and the most persistent tangible that we've been asking for. And the Democrats haven't delivered shit. Not a motherfucking thing. But where the Democrats fucked up at is that when they decided to let all these motherfucking illegals in, and these illegals told them hey, we want tangibles, and we saw them transfer tangibles to them en masse, that's when it was over with. And then when we actually asked Joe Biden for tangibles, he said, y'all be better off making some type of deal with the Hispanics. It was over with after that. It was over with. Cheese Doodle writes, it pissed me off so much when liberals were calling Trump racist for talking about black jobs. That was just, yeah, that pissed me off too. You know, all of these boule niggas want to act brand new, like every single black person got a degree. Every single black person doesn't have a degree. And it doesn't matter what you think about whoever wants that type of job, education level is, what their legal status is. That doesn't matter. You're not going to pay their bills, and they need to pay their bills. And whatever you think about how they pay their bills, don't make them a motherfucking thing. And all of these talented TIF Negroes, what was their response to the black jobs thing? Oh, well, you should aspire to more than a warehouse job. Okay, well, why these brothers are doing all of this aspiring and looking for education opportunities? Why don't you pay their bills then? Because their bills not gonna stop coming. Their bills not gonna stop coming. So, because the Democratic Party has failed so spectacularly at continuing to capture the black vote as they have in all of these years, now we have an existential crisis for the Democratic Party, and they need to be bailed out by black people, and it's not going to happen. This is something they need to be bailed out by black people on, because they're trying to make this whole immigration protest movement, this anti-ICE insurrection is what it is, quite frankly. They're trying to make this about morality. And you really can't have a civil rights-based morality discussion in this country that doesn't include black people. Now, why is it like that? It's like that because of the liberal media. So this is a hole that they've dug for themselves. So even though this doesn't have anything to do with foundational black Americans, they want and they need us out there on the front lines, because it looks disingenuous and out of the ordinary for you to have this type of discourse without black people being involved in it. Because when you want to talk about suffering, when you want to talk about injustice, the first thing that a lot of people are going to say, even from outside the country, is, well, shit, they ain't doing them worse than y'all did, black folks. You can't make me believe it. So they need some goofy ass nigga to try to make it, just like with the rainbow shit. When Obama was the president and they had all of them tangibles for the rainbow people, you know what they did? They sent a bunch of black rainbow people up there to say that this is a civil rights struggle. Remember? They did. They sent a bunch of rainbow black people up there to say that gay marriage, including gay spouses on insurance, all of that shit was a civil rights struggle. So that's evidence right there. You can't have one of these morality-based debates in the United States political scene if you're not going to include black people. Right? So because they cannot capture the black vote, and because they cannot enlist so-called black people to participate in this insurrection, which would lead to what they need in the public, and that's a black martyr. Those are the things that they can't get. So now that they understand that they can't get those things, they've resulted, as usual, being Democrats, to chicanery. Right? They resulted to chicanery. Wait a minute. Let me get these cash apps right quick. Monty Gilliam, thanks for the cash out. Mr. Zeke, thanks for the cash out. Cheese Doodle, thanks for the cash out. Thank y'all. Don't let them brothers be alone. Right? So now, on the forefront of one of the states that is the most deeply embroiled in this anti-immigration insurrection is California. Is California. Right? First of all, let me show y'all a gang map of Compton. Some of y'all might know what this is. I tried to familiarize myself with it. It was kind of difficult with all the different initials and shit. Let y'all check this out for a couple of seconds. Let y'all look at this for a couple of seconds. Right? So they cannot find, once again, they cannot find the black martyr they want, right? Even out of the few black liberal goofies that's coming out there, you know, I guess that that's a lot of different gang territories. Yeah, that's the first thing I said when I saw it. Like, we don't really have our shit overlapping like this in Chicago. There'd be a lot of death. And they're usually larger, the areas, you know what I'm saying? The areas are usually way larger. Damn. This brother says YouTube unsubscribe me. That's fucked up. Yeah, they are on my ass already. That's how it's always gonna be. That's how it's always gonna be. Right? So I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this. Tell me what y'all think about this.
His gun drawn, and in Maine tonight, The tense moments with federal agents across the country. In Los Angeles, an agent opening fire. Authorities say a suspect trying to get away. In Minneapolis, protesters confronting the Border Patrol commander. Agents then firing pepper spray and tear gas. And the scene at a restaurant, an armed agent entering, people eating, his gun drawn. And in Maine tonight, agents now going door to door.
So you see all of this that he's saying. This is a full-ass insurrection, right? It's a full-ass.
Good morning and welcome to the KTLA 5 Morning News at 11 a.m. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news from Willowbrook, where a shooting has occurred during a federal immigration enforcement operation.
Officials say agents were trying to take a violent criminal into custody when shots were fired. KTLA 5's Chip Yost live at the scene with the latest information. Chip?
Yeah, hello there, guys. We still have a large federal law enforcement presence here. We are on 126th Street. This is between Willowbrook and Mona. Around 7 this morning, there was an operation taking place here that resulted in a federal agent.
News at 11 a.m. I'm Glenn Walker.
Now, you heard that. He said it's between Willowbrook and Mona. Those of y'all that's not from L.A., because I'm not from L.A., right? And first of all, I want to give a shout out to everybody in LA that's in the organization. You know what I'm saying? Everybody black that's in the organization, right? I want to give a shout out to all of y'all, whether y'all blood or cuz, you know what I'm saying? Don't let these white people send y'all off. I'm not making this live to try to meddle into y'all politics or nothing. I will never disrespect y'all like that, because I hate when people do it with Chicago, like with that girl that got killed the other day. They don't even know what the fuck. They don't even know the politics behind how she got killed, but they speaking on it. So please don't mistake this as me doing that type of sucker shit. I'm not speaking on y'all politics. I'm speaking on the politics of these motherfucking white people and the little games and tricks and snares and shit that they try. But notice they said by Mona, right? Which is the infamous Mona Park, which is in Compton, where Coolio is from, the set that Coolio is from, is a Crip set.
And I'm Lou Parker. Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news from Willowbrook, where a shooting has occurred during a federal immigration enforcement operation.
Officials say agents were trying to take a violent criminal into custody when shots were fired. KTLA 5's Chip Yost live at the scene with the latest information. Chip?
Yeah, hello there, guys. We still have a large federal law enforcement presence here. We are on 126th Street. This is between Willowbrook and Mona. Around 7 this morning, there was an operation taking place here that resulted in a federal agent opening fire. You can see they have a large number of agents still on scene here, along with some investigators. We're going to read you a statement here in a moment from the Department of Homeland Security describing what happened. After that, we'll show you some more video from Sky 5 HD, but let's start with that statement if we could. We'll put it up on the screen for you. It says, at 7:05 a.m., Department of Homeland Security law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Compton, California. We're in Willowbrook. This is right next to Compton, right on the border here, to arrest a violent criminal illegal alien from El Salvador, William Eduardo Moran Carabello, who is involved in a human smuggling operation and has 2 prior arrests for inflicting corporal injury on a spouse or cohabitant. An immigration judge issued him a final order of removal in 2019. In a dangerous attempt to evade arrest, this criminal illegal alien weaponized his vehicle and rammed law enforcement. Fearing for his life and safety, an agent fired defensive shots. The criminal illegal alien was not hit and attempted to flee on foot. He was successfully apprehended by law enforcement. The illegal alien was not injured, but a CBP officer was injured. Now let's go to some more video from Sky 5 HD. After this incident happened, a large number of folks showed up from around the area, different folks from around the area who had heard about it, many of them protesting the presence of federal agents in this neighborhood. We also spoke to a young woman who lives in this neighborhood down the street from where this happened. We talked to her.
Now, mind you, this is a black neighborhood. So do y'all really think based off of what y'all have seen, do y'all really think that it's a whole bunch of black people coming out to protest this shit? Because so far, what I've seen is usually a bunch of women that's teachers, so they communists because they're in the teachers union, black women, or I've seen broke ass black women protesting this because they sell pussy to Mexicans. Let's go.
About this, and she said that information that we just read you from the Department of Homeland Security did not change her opinion about how she feels about federal agents being in her neighborhood. Oh, weird.
Well, it's scary because, well, you're not safe in your own home. You're at your home and you don't know if you could go out and anything is going to happen to you.
The Department of Homeland Security put out a statement saying this was a targeted action against a person who's in the country illegally that has a criminal record. Does that change anything as far as you're concerned?
No, because regardless,
do y'all be seeing some of the records of these people that they want to deport? These motherfuckers be having 15 child pornography cases. These motherfuckers be having 3 knockout rapes in a row. Right? And then they asking the same question that this guy asking. You know what killed me? The same type of bitch that will be talking about she want to find out a nigga last name so she can background check him before a date is the same type of bitch that's out there blowing the whistle for it's crazy. Saul writes, yeah, that's some real shit. They do sell to Julio. Yeah, they do. That's why they out there protesting. The broke ones.
so far I haven't seen them only going for criminals. They've been going for innocent people, separating families.
Bullshit. If you're here illegally, you are a criminal. I don't know why motherfuckers continue with their bullshit ass gaslight. If you are here illegally, you are a criminal.
And here's another live look.
And wait, do y'all know? Wait a minute. Do y'all understand what the penalty is for illegal immigration in other countries? I think in Russia, the penalty for illegal immigration is 2 years hard labor in a prison. In India, it's 4 years hard labor. In North Korea, it's death. In most of these countries, if you are caught living there illegally, the penalty for it is hard labor. Because they feel like that's the only thing that they can get up out of you to make restitution for you not being there legally.
Look of what's taking place now. Looks like an investigation underway into that shooting. They've got the whole street blocked off here.
Yep, right about that cheese doodle. They love a rapist as long as they're not native to the country. They love it. But this the same type of bitches that be at these protests is the same type of bitch that'll see a black man that's sitting in prison for a rape that he didn't do, waiting to be clear, waiting to get a new trial, waiting to be cleared by DNA, and just by seeing his mugshot, oh, he looks like a pervert. He looks like the type. Same type of bitch.
At 126th, again, this is between Mona and Willowbrook. In Willowbrook, right next to the city of Compton. For now, reporting here from the scene in Willowbrook, I'm Chip Yost, KTLA 5 News.
Don't up. Right here.
Here go cousin it right here.
See them bullet holes.
Whipping out. What talking about? Two-tone Ray from hopping out. Get too close, them glocks come out. That shit ghost town.
Yeah, Mona Park, man. You with the real MVP TV. You with Shank Love, man. MPRJ,
Mona Park Cribs. Today, we on the east side of Willowbrook and Compton at Mona Park. Even though the park is home based, the hood has a few areas and apartments that they got their territory running from 100.
Did y'all notice how in that news report they refused to say Compton? Now they just said the same streets that the reporter said, but the reporter refused to say Compton. You know why the reporter refused to say Compton? Because it would have made that whole news report look crazy if they would have refused to say Compton, if they would have said Compton. Because when people say Compton, they think of black people. So they would have been like, who is this Mexican bitch talking? They'd have been like, protester, ain't no black people out there. And that would have further exacerbated the fact that black people are not signing on to this bullshit.
118th to 125th, right there between Mona Boulevard and Wilmington Avenue. I ain't gonna lie, after doing my research, I know that these Mona guys got a lot of enemies. All Compton Pyrus, few Varios, and a couple wise gangs. And they surrounded on all sides. Least you have me. With that being said, cornerstreetsgang.com, they got a couple of sites. 118th Street, 119th Street, 120th, 121st, Head Busters, Hot Boys, Hot Girls, Bar Girls, Young Gunners. And depending on when that's been updated, it's probably been updated. That being said, sign to the streets, Mona Park.
Okay, man. You know where we at. We got Mona Park, the finest park. Park in Compton, Willowbrook area. You say you thought it was a what?
A blood neighborhood at first. I don't know why.
We Crips. Keyways over here.
South side. You're on the south side, right?
Nah, that's the east side right here.
East side?
Yeah. Victoria Street right here, man. Free Eggy Loaf. Don't let homie Eggy Loaf.
How big is y'all section?
So we go from 118 to down there, El Segundo, 126.
I'm a gangster, the nigga with the beanie is stripping.
This nigga. Y'all not videoing, right? So don't get me on there, because I'm warning. Dude. What's up, nigga? You got you a job yet?
Looking for one.
Looking for one. Yo, shit broke, man.
Yeah, we got rappers and all that.
Motherfucking. See, Hood's worst nightmare. What's happening? Y'all know where y'all at?
Should we finna find out? He getting the word and light it.
It's the most hated right here. We don't do all that. Posting guns and all that. You hear me? Pop out. Just know where they at. They here. They here. It's regular.
Please. Wait on that, man. Stop the violence. Wait on these. Wait.
We civilians. We don't do none of that shit.
He a civilian. Key
Wait with none of that. Put this crypto.
Another cameraman, right? He taking pictures.
Yeah, our hood go through alleys and all. This is the part.
Where we walking to right now?
If that would have been Chicago, them niggas would have took out 120 guns.
Man, 120th Street.
Then we got on the other side of the tracks over there.
Yeah, we the only hood on Willowbrook got both sides of the track.
So Willowbrook, that's like a district in Compton?
Yeah, it's like over here. Willowbrook go like right here all the way to Broadway.
What do you think is the safest and the worst district in Compton?
This one right here, Willowbrook. Ain't nothing more colder than this.
From what they tell y'all in different stories, you think the times is worse back then or the worse now?
Certain situations, I think it was worse back then. You get away with killing a nigga back then. Nowadays, you gotta be more strategic with that. All these cameras and you see they got cameras around here.
And they just put those up in here. Just got, look, it's one right there.
One right there. Plenty of cameras.
That's what I noticed too. When I go around, it's hella more cameras now.
Hell yeah. A lot of people don't come in here. They think it's...
All right, I just had to get them their respect, man. So we gonna come back to this map, right? So after this happened, there was an ambush on an ICE officer, right?
Innocent woman moving a vehicle 3 times in the face. What do you think they'll do to you? What do you think they will do to you if they will shoot a woman in a vehicle 3 times in the face for moving out of somebody's way?
It took a white person to die. There's been a lot
They talking about the clown Renee Good right now.
of deaths of our own last side that had died, and nobody's ain't saying shit.
If they will shoot their own guy, what makes you think they won't shoot us?
It took a white woman to die.
What do you think they're doing here? What do you think they're doing here? There was a report of a shooting. What do you think they're doing here? They're shooting at us. Wake up! Wake up, fuck God! Wake up, fuck God! Wake up, fuck
Notice who you don't see out there.
God! Thank God, you guys! We must protect each other!
What the fuck? I'm ready for
Now I know Cuz and them laid back like, look at these clown ass niggas. I know they are. I know they in between them houses looking out the window. Like, look at these clown ass motherfuckers. Making it hot on the set. Thank you. Cuz and them is not outside. I don't even see no black people outside, period. I seen a black ICE agent, but I ain't seen no black person that live around there. Saul says no motor park Crips out.
That's right, it's our street. I gotta go.
No, it's not, nigga.
I gotta go.
Look at the Hispanic LA County Sheriff standing there with secondhand embarrassment like a motherfucker. I know that look because I've seen that look when I seen niggas doing some crazy shit. So I already know what he thinking. I already know what he thinking. Then they start playing Kendrick. Like, come on, man. I'm still waiting for I'm still waiting for some of them same guys or somebody to look like them that was in that Mona Park video I just showed you. I'm still waiting for somebody to look like that to pop out.
We're asking, but we're not going to do it.
No black people.
Hands for the street.
No black people.
It's a public street. Everyone, including the media, our street. These are our streets.
And you know what? These people probably not even from fucking around there. With all these paid protesters and shit, I bet you that them people ain't even from over there. I bet you they not.
Stop giving us orders. You do not work for ICE. You don't work here too. You don't work for ICE. You don't work for ICE. You work for the county. You don't work for ICE. You don't work for ICE. You don't work for ICE. You work for the county, for the people. Stop being complicit. Stop being complicit. Stop being complicit with ICE. Exactly. Stop being complicit with ICE.
Wait, is there one black person right here with the hoodie on? Is this a nigga right here? With this gray hoodie on. Hold on. Let me hold on. Well, there's one black man right there with the gray hoodie on, it look like. One.
Are you getting paid by the feds or what? Are you getting paid by the feds? No. Across the street. That includes the media. No. Including the media, move across the street. The media's over to go. Freedom of press. Everyone needs to move across the street. Everyone needs to move across the street.
There's one black woman right there. One.
Everyone needs to move across the street. Keep doing what you're doing across the street.
All right. I don't see no black people out here. But allegedly, they say that an ICE agent was ambushed, right? What do I think about this? I think that this was provocateur. I think that most likely a white or Hispanic leftist are the ones who took them shots at them agents. Because if you don't see any Mona Park Crips out there, why would any of them niggas from the set jag they self off and jag the whole motherfucking set off by making shit super hot by shooting one of the feds? Who in their right fucking mind would do some shit like that? If any of them niggas really wanted to get one of the feds, they would try to catch them downtown when they protesting in downtown LA. They wouldn't do it in their own hood. Yeah, you right about that, Doug Dissident and Op. Who will fuck up they own set like that? Nobody would. Nobody in their right mind would. Nobody in their right fucking mind would. So they are attempting, they doing this shit in hopes that this is what they're trying to do. They trying to set up a series of fucked up ass dominoes to fall. Right? The black people around there don't want to protest. Right? So this is what they trying to set in motion. This is what they're trying to set in motion. They sent somebody to shoot at one of the federal agents. So they hope that the response is to increase police presence and increase the presence of the feds around there. So by the averages, they hope that they can get ICE involved or a police involved shooting with a black person, so then they can have they black martyr like that, and then they hoping that it'll start a nationwide thing where black people will come out and join this anti-ICE insurrection. That's what they're trying to do. They can't get black people to willingly jump into this shit of their own volition. They trying to provocateur their way there. This is how desperate they getting. This is how fucking desperate they getting. Yeah, it sound familiar. Yeah, it sound familiar. Just like the Watts riots, the MLK riots. Yeah. I never believed the version of events that the media and the educational system told me. Why would black people in these neighborhoods burn down the stores that they've been shopping at for generations? Could you really walk into a store? Could you really walk into a store that your grandfather and your father has shopped at as a boy, and the people that own this store is basically friends to your family, and come in there and break the motherfucking window down and take everything out of there? You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. This is this same provocateur shit disguised as civil unrest that the leftist media is always going to throw at you. But now we are in a new day where black people are becoming much more politically savvy, much more media savvy, and this shit is not going to work. But I'm going to tell y'all the same thing I told y'all after Renee Good got killed is when this doesn't work, what type of other desperate shit are they going to do? And now you see the type of desperate shit they're doing. So if this doesn't work, I wonder how they're going to try to up the ante after this. That's what I'm concerned about, because it's a lot of scary possibilities out there, y'all. It is. Yeah, but you're right. Mr. O with the info writes, I don't know, Tito. In the George Floyd riots here in Chicago, I watch black people destroy their own neighborhood in real time. But that's because that's what niggas nowadays have been habitated to. I'm talking about the first riots. Them first riots were provocateur. And trust me, these new ones are provocateur too. Somebody got to throw the first rock. Somebody got to break the first window. And most likely that's a provocateur. But like I said, if this again doesn't work, I'm the Beige Panther shit. That shit didn't work. Exactly, Lion. That didn't work. So when all of this shit doesn't work, you might laugh at it and be entertained by it, but immediately after you stop laughing, your next thought after that should be, damn, what the fuck you think they gonna try next? What the hell are they gonna try next? I think about that damn near every day now. What are they gonna try next? I really think that we headed towards some type of really bad false flag attack. As we move later into this year after the weather break, be ready for that shit in the summertime. Be ready for that shit in the summertime. Be ready for that in the summertime. They're gonna get their black martyr one way or the other. Watch. Be ready for it. But This shit right here that they doing in Compton is bullshit. And I'm glad that cousin them not falling for that. And I hope they continue to understand and observe what's going on. Right? I hope they continue to peep game. Because they desperate. They so motherfucking desperate that now you even got people that's running for this is how crazy these leftists are. So you got people that's running for office saying this shit. Watch this. Watch this.
In my beautiful city, I expect a gang.
This is a moron that's running for office in Long Beach.
I am calling all 55 gangs in my beautiful city. I expect a gang leader from every gang, all 55 gangs, and I'm not going to name them by name. I'm calling the Latino gangs. I'm calling the Cambodian gangs. I'm calling the Filipino gangs. I'm calling the black gangs. I'm calling the Pacific Islander gangs. I'm calling all gang leaders to meet me right here, Long Beach City Hall, this coming Monday. Why Monday? Specifically, I need you to be here to meet me in person to take back this city. My name is Rogelio Martinez. I am calling.
So he wants people, including black people, to compound their misery by willfully, voluntarily participating in a conspiracy against the United States government, in a seditious conspiracy against the United States government. Nah, that was good. That was gonna be bigger than Rico, Mr. O. I mean, you right. Mr. O writes, this nigga was trying to set up one of the biggest RICO cases of all time. It was gonna be bigger than, and it wasn't gonna be a RICO case. What it was going to be was a treason and sedition conspiracy, is what it was gonna be. Death penalty shit. Death penalty shit. This is how desperate they getting. So when this crazy shit don't work, what are they going to do next? That's the question. That should be the question of the hour every hour right now, as we get closer and closer to the midterms. Man, y'all stay safe out there, man. And for everybody in Mona Park, man, and Long Beach, thank you, Saul. Mexicans and blacks don't even like each other in Long Beach, exactly. But me as a black person, are supposed to risk a Fed case trying to help you, and you hate me. This shit is dumb as hell, and it's desperate, because the fight here is an existential fight for the Democratic Party. That's what's at stake here, is the continued existence of the Democratic Party. Frankly, that's what's at stake here as a national party, right? But like I said, man, y'all be careful out here. Everybody in Mona Park, everybody in Long Beach, and throughout LA and shit, man. Do not let these white people trick y'all off. Do not let them trick y'all off. Y'all see a suspicious motherfucker that might be a provocateur, she'll pull up on their ass. But do not let these white people trick y'all off, and do not let these motherfuckers make y'all hood hot with this bullshit. You said you haven't seen them pulling it. I mean, yeah. Mostly when they did the ice surge in Charlotte, it was mostly just a bunch of broke ass hoes. A bunch of broke ass hoes to sell pussy to Mexicans that was complaining. That's who was really doing most of the belly aching all over TikTok and shit, complaining about ICE. Even though it don't, because I'm like, what would this broke ass Section 8 bitch with this bonnet on her head, why would she care about an ICE surge? And I thought about it. What way could this possibly affect her? Oh, they selling Mexican pussy. They selling Mexican pussy. That could be the only thing I could think of. Right, you go see all type of desperate ass shit. Let me throw this video up here. Don't fall for none of this bullshit, I'm telling y'all.
I wasn't kidding. ICE decided, when I said, don't mess with California,
man,
I wasn't kidding. ICE decided, in their wisdom, to go into Compton.
Say this is so.
The area they went into in Compton has 3 major gangs.
Isn't all of Compton like that, though? More than 3.
Who, I guess, own territories in that area. And one ICE officer got shot, and the rest of them ran like
little bitches. I'll say it.
Like rabbits. And I hope that the officer's okay. I don't want anybody to get shot.
For sure.
Of all of these dumb moves.
For sure.
You think you're going to go in and what? Go and round up a bunch of gang members like you have been pulling off gardeners off the street?
These two bitches sound like fucking idiots. And you know what? People on the left might find this entertaining, and they might, but they got to understand something. Videos like this are going to fuck them in the midterms, because the average American that's going to work up through the week, the average American that has an actual stake and franchise in this society doesn't want to hear bullshit like this. They want laws enforced. They don't take any pleasure in hearing about somebody shooting at a federal agent. Because guess what, you two dumb bitches? If somebody is willing to shoot at a fully armed and armored federal agent, then what do you think they'd do to a regular person?
Yeah. That they went. Go and round up a bunch of gang members like you have been pulling off gardeners off the street?
I like her laugh.
Gardeners.
That's hilarious. And just the level of dumb is amazing. Yeah. That they went to Mona Park,
Okay.
which has 3 separate gangs that get into it
Mona
all the
Park in
time.
the house.
And yeah, when I say they don't play, they really, really, really don't play. I don't care what kind of weaponry you have. ICE. You come marching into Compton, and you're going to get taken on. And you were. And they won't make that mistake twice.
Nicely.
If they have any common sense. I guess we'll see, because so far they haven't had any common sense, and right now Los Angeles are barricading their offices so they can't get in or out. Los Angeles and Californians, we don't play.
And to us, Michigan.
You know what, man? I blame the white man. I blame the white man. White man, this is your fault. Y'all wanted to use feminism to try to make it so you could charge 2 people income tax instead of 1, and now look what you got. It was that important to you, huh? Your women are disgusting now, white man. Matter of fact, I think that your women are worse than ours. I really do. Because at least our women engage in little petty bullshit ass schemes. But your women want to bring down the entire fucking Western society. Your women want to bring down fucking Western society. Our women just want to beat you out of some money and have you pay for frivolous bullshit. And call the police on you for shit you didn't do. No, your women want to bring down Western society. Your women want to welcome in people into nuclear armed countries and have them take over the entire country. Do y'all, you want to know what? I think that World War III is going to be the United States versus a nuclear armed Islamic caliphate in Europe. That's what I think World War III is going to be. And that's fully spurned on by white leftist women. Yep. But like I said, man, y'all in Compton, LA, Long Beach, man, peep game. Don't get tricked off into this bullshit, man. If there's any more developments with this old provocateur, goofy McNoofy ass shit, man, I'll update y'all, man. This has been a Black Pill PSA. Peace.